What's new this month at Rogers Railroad Junction? We're mixing things up a bit in this episode, passing over our HO inventory for the moment and starting the show off with our newest selections in N scale, namely Alco S2 switchers from Atlas. Introduced by the American Locomotive Company in 1940, only a few hundred of these turbocharged yard goats were built before World War II put a temporary halt to production. Following the war, production resumed, and over 1,500 examples would ultimately be built. Featuring fine-scale handrails, separately applied cut levers, grab irons and piping, vertical or horizontal radiator slats, depending on prototype, and an ESU Loc Sound digital decoder. Then there's Broadway Limited, who's bringing home the bacon with sound-equipped stock cars. Once the principal supplier for America's barbecue obsession, such cars have largely been replaced by trucks today. Finely detailed and available with multiple sound files. And that's no bull. Then we have Bachmann, who's offering several items this month, starting with GP7 road switchers. The first EMD road locomotive to be built using a hood unit design, rather than the traditional car body style. More than 2,700 Jeep 7s were produced from the late 1940s through the early 1950s. Features include a dual-mode digital decoder with sound system installed, a CAN motor, all-wheel drive and electrical pickup, a die-cast chassis, and directional lighting. And this is followed by a blast from the past in the form of light steam power. Built with die-cast chassis and boilers, LED lighting, all-metal valve gear, and in some cases a full digital command system, these 260 and 262 steamers were a common sight on branch lines and in light freight duty throughout the first half of the 20th century. Moving on to freight equipment, Bachmann is keeping things rolling with 3 offerings, namely boxcars, tank cars, and modern cylindrical hoppers. Running the gamut from steam-era specimens to contemporary cars, all of these items feature needlepoint axles, NMRA profile wheels, and Easy Mate Mark II couplers. And finishing off our N-scale selections this month, Intermountain is out with 3-bay rib-side covered hoppers. Commonly found on unit trains running between the Midwest and coastal points of export, these miniatures feature brake piping, full topside and underbody detail, and NMRA compliant wheels. But don't duck out on us now. This episode isn't just about sweating the small stuff, as we still have a sizable selection of new HO scale equipment on offer. Starting off with another Intermountain product in the form of ES44 Gevo diesels. Built to comply with Tier 2 environmental standards starting in 2005, the General Electric Evolution Series was recently named by Trains magazine as one of the 10 most important locomotives in railroad history, the only locomotive designed after 1972 to be so honored. Available in either DC or AC versions, Intermountain has built these models with many high-end features, including see-through vents, freestanding grab irons, flashing ditch lights where applicable, prototypical horn and bell placement, and extensive decaling throughout. And then there's Atlas, who's back again with Fairbanks Morse H16-44 diesel switchers. Built between April of 1950 and February of 1963, the H1644 featured FM's signature opposed piston engine, which provided a horsepower rating far superior to most competitors. Unfortunately, while powerful, the unique design of this engine block posed challenges for maintenance crews, and as newer and more powerful versions of more conventional designs became available, the FM switchers were slowly phased out. Features include working headlights and marker lights, a 5-pole skewed armature, separately applied plumbing on the frame and trucks, etched metal grillwork, and even the iconic Fairbanks Morse builder's plate on the nose end. Then there's Athearn, whose ready-to-roll family is growing this month, starting with 62-foot tank cars. Commonly found hauling everything from anhydrous ammonia to cooking oil, these cars are a particular favorite of the petrochemical industry. Of course, they feature all of the typical Athearn details, such as RP25 metal wheels, optimized weighting, knuckle couplers, wire grab irons, and underbody detail. As do single-door modern boxcars, also from the RTR family. Available in many contemporary liveries, some cars even feature realistic fading and re-stenciling of reporting marks and other key data. But Athearn isn't the only one thinking outside the boxcar this month. KD is also getting in on the act with 50-foot PS1 boxcars of the Pullman Standard Company. Featuring full sets of freestanding ladders and grab irons, see-through mesh catwalks, full brake rigging, operating doors, and on applicable cars, cushioned draft gear. We even have a limited quantity of celebratory 70th anniversary cars, marking 7 decades in business for one of the oldest and most respected names in the model railroad hobby. And additionally, KD is offering 11,000-gallon girder frame tank cars. Built in the late 1940s, such cars were some of the last tank cars to be built before improved metallurgy and welding techniques allowed for the development of the unibody cars that dominate bulk liquid transport today. As with all KD products, see-through catwalks, metal wheels, underbody detail, and scale couplers are all standard equipment. And bringing up the rear for our inventory list this month, offset cupola cabooses by Roundhouse. Or is that caboose? Cabooses? Whatever. An affordable alternative for anyone whose train is in need of a finishing touch, these iconic cars feature fine-scale handrails and ladders, separately applied smoke jacks and roof walks, McHenry couplers, and blanked windows where appropriate. And on a final note, there's something else on offer at Rogers that you won't find on any of our shelves. For those who need a little help with putting all of the aforementioned materials to good use, Rogers offers classes where modeling enthusiasts can receive personalized instruction and gain hands-on experience in any number of railroad building fields. From constructing scenery to weathering your rolling stock, Rogers has the know-how to get your layout moving on the right track. Just visit our website to see a list of upcoming topics and sign up for the subjects of your choosing. Overall, it's yet another reason to stop by and see what else is new here at Rogers Railroad Junction today.